He hid his true identity until love exposed everything. He did not look like somebody that could change Amara's whole life. That first day, he was just the quiet guy in a faded brown t-shirt, standing beside a keke at Ojuelegba, holding a nylon bag of bread and eggs. Lagos sun was hot. Danfo conductors were shouting. Horns were loud. Everybody was rushing. Amara was also rushing. She pressed her small black handbag to her chest and tried to cross the crazy road. Madam, you wan die? One driver shouted. She jumped back in fear. As she moved, the heel of her cheap shoe caught. Her phone flew out of her hand and her wig almost followed. People started laughing. See fine girl wey no sabi walk for road, a conductor shouted. Amara's face burned. Before she could bend to pick her phone, a downfall almost climbed it. Then someone moved very fast. The quiet guy in the brown t-shirt stepped out, stretched his leg and used his foot to drag the phone away from the tire just in time. The downfall passed and her phone was safe. He picked it up, dusted it on his shirt and gave it to her with a small smile. You for just allow your phone enter heaven like that, he said softly. His voice was calm, almost playful. Amara wanted to vex, but when she looked at his face, the anger left. He had gentle eyes, small neat beard, and one tiny scar near his right eyebrow, like a line. He didn't look rich. He didn't look dangerous. He just looked kind. Thank you, she muttered, trying to fix her shoe and wig at the same time. Some people were still giggling. No worry, he said. Lagos will not kill you. Just look left, right, and left again, abeg. She snorted small, even though she was still embarrassed. I looked left, right, and then left, she replied. It's like the cars are flying from heaven, not from road. He laughed quietly. True. My name is Tobi, he said. Next time you want cross, just hold my hand. I don't hold strangers' hands, she replied, trying to sound strong. Okay, sorry, Madam Safety, he said, raising his hands up in surrender. At least, let me help you fix this shoe before it disgraces you again. She wanted to say no, but the heel was really bad. He bent and helped her adjust it gently, not touching her anyhow, just trying to make it balance. When he finished, he looked up at her. Better. Small, she said. Thank you again. No problem, he replied. Just be careful. This Lagos no get spare life. Before she could ask him any other thing, a keke driver shouted, Ojota, Palm Grove, Ojota, and Amara remembered she was late for work. She rushed off, looking back once. He was still there, holding his nylon, melting back into the crowd like normal person. In her mind, she thought, just one random kind guy. She did not know that the same quiet guy would later shake her whole world, shake the internet, and turn her life into a story that people would use for podcasts, TikTok, and Sunday preaching. Her name was Amara Okafor, 23 years old, from Enugu, living in a tiny one-room in Ojuelegba with her younger sister, Chioma, and their sick mother. She worked as a customer care officer in a small fintech company on the island. Salary was not plenty, but it was better than nothing. Every morning, she squeezed herself into Danfo or BRT, fighting traffic, fighting sleep, fighting thoughts, thoughts about rent, thoughts about her mother's medicine, thoughts about school fees for Chioma. Life was not easy, but Amara refused to give up. That same evening, after the embarrassing road drama, her best friend Kemi came to visit. Kemi was the opposite of Amara. Loud, bold, always online, always fine. She had long lashes, colorful nails, and human hair wig that Amara's whole salary could not buy. Babe, Kemi shouted as she entered their room. You no go believe what happened today. One big man just credits me 300k because I told him I'm bored. Which man again? Amara asked, stirring the pot of noodles on their small gas. Is it that married man with big stomach? Please don't judge him, Kemi said, rolling her eyes. His stomach is not the problem. His bank account is the main point. Babe, you see this life? If you follow love, you go suffer. If you follow money, you go smile. Amara sighed. They had this argument almost every week. Kemi, you know my story, she said quietly. Daddy died because one big building collapsed on him when he was working as a security man. The company never even paid compensation. Mommy started selling akara and broke her leg by herself. I can't use my body to play. Abeg, that one is past, Kemi waved her hand. See Lagos girls now. Everybody wants soft life. Nobody send your village story. You are beautiful. Your shape is mad. Your skin is glowing. Use your head, babe. Find one rich plug. Amara shook her head. I want genuine love. Someone that respects me and my family. Not one uncle that will hide me like secret. Kemi hissed. Genuine love no dey pay house rent. She brought out her phone and started recording a TikTok using Amara's small mirror. POV, your friend is still looking for true love in Lagos, she typed as caption. She caught Amara's tired face in the background, and both of them laughed. They didn't know that one day, people would drag that same video like Tiger Generator. The next week, Amara met Tobi again. This time, he was driving a boat. She didn't recognize him at first. It was early morning. She booked a ride from Ojuelegba to Victoria Island. The car that came was a clean Toyota Corolla, not too new but neat. When she entered, she looked at the driver and blinked. Wait, she said. We have met before. He smiled. Madam Safety, he said. You on Lagos Road again. She remembered the shoe, the phone, the crossing. Oh, it's you, she said, surprised and a little shy. The hero of Ojuelegba, he laughed. Abeg, don't increase my title. I'm just trying to survive. So you drive boats? She asked. Among other things, he replied, eyes on the road. His hands were steadying on the steering. You? I work in fintech, she said. Customer care. I pick calls and say, hello, you're welcome to, until my voice dies. He chuckled. At least you have office. I have Lagos traffic and people that insult my father because of such price. They drove in silence for a bit, with soft music playing on the radio. Amara studied him quietly. He still looked simple. No flashy chain, no designer watch, just that same calm face. Why you dey look me like that? He asked, smiling. Do I have something on my face? Sorry, she said quickly. I was just thinking, you look like somebody that should be in office, not driving. Is that a compliment? It's something, she replied. He smiled again. Sometimes, life will push you to places you didn't plan, he said. But it doesn't mean your story ends there. Maybe the road is just turning small. His words touched her. There was something deep about the way he spoke, like he had seen many things but was still gentle. When they reached her office, he ended the trip. The boat app showed the fare. She wanted to cry. Lagos and Surge. Ha! This money is much, she said without thinking. Very sorry, he said. It's morning rush. I no be the one wey build Lagos road. She laughed small. She opened her bag, counted crumpled notes. She was short by 500 naira. Shame caught her. Please, give me your account number, she said. I'll send the balance when I get to the office. He studied her face, then shook his head. No worry, he said. I dash you. She looked up sharply. No, I don't like owning people. You don't owe me, he said simply. See it as reward for not dying on Ojuelegba Bridge last week. She tried to insist, but he refused. Oya, go work, madam, he said softly. Make Lagos no sack you for coming late. She finally smiled. Thank you, Toby, she said, stepping out of the car. I owe you a favor. I thought you said you don't like owning people, he replied. She rolled her eyes playfully. Bye. From that day, Toby started entering her mind little by little. Not like a strong crush at first, just like calm breeze inside a hot room. He would randomly text her on WhatsApp. She had saved his number from the boat trip. "You are still crossing road like film trick?" he would ask. Or, "Have you eaten?" Simple questions. No, "Send your picture." No, "Come to my house." No, "Baby girl, I'm bored." Just normal checkups. It felt different. In her office, life was not easy. Customers shouted on the phone, people complained about failed transactions. Her boss, Mr. Philip, liked to talk about targets and performance every second. Some of her colleagues were already doing relationship with big clients to get favor. Amara just faced her work. During lunch, she would sit outside with her small cooler of jollof rice, and Toby would sometimes call. "How is your day?" he would ask. "Stressful," she would reply. "My head is spinning me. Lagos is wicked." "Sorry," he would say. "Just remember, even generators need rest. Try to breathe small." She would laugh. "You talk like pastor." "Maybe I'm a pastor," he teased. "You don't know my full life." The truth was, she did not know his full life at all. She thought she was chatting with one simple boat driver, maybe someone that finished school and couldn't find job, just like many boys in Lagos. But Toby was hiding something. Many things. His real name was not just Toby, it was Adegbite Adetoba, first son of Chief Adetoba, owner of Adetoba Group, a large construction and real estate company that had built half of the fancy estates in Lagos and Abuja. On paper, he was a billionaire's son. In reality, he was a man running from his own surname. Years before, one of his father's buildings in Enugu had collapsed. Many workers died. One of them was a security man named Mr. Okafor, Amara's father. The news had shaken the country. People had protested. Families had cried on TV. The company said it was an accident and promised compensation. But small people like the Okafors never saw the money. Toby, who was still in university that time, had cried secretly. He had gone through some company documents and discovered that some corrupt people inside the company had used low quality materials to save money. He confronted his father. "Daddy, people died," he shouted. "How can we keep quiet? You are still a boy," his father replied coldly. "You don't understand how business works. If we accept full blame, the company will crash. Thousands of people will lose job. You want that? So we should just hide the truth?" Toby asked. "Just like that." His father had looked at him with disappointment. "Sometimes you close your eyes for the bigger picture," Chief said. "If you want to inherit this company, learn to be strong." But Toby did not want that kind of strength. He wanted justice. So he did something crazy. He leaked some documents anonymously to a young journalist. The journalist published everything online. The story shook social media. Hashtags trended. EFCC started asking questions. Toby's father almost had a heart attack. Families' meetings were held, people were sacked, but the powerful ones still escaped. They paid their way. The company survived, but it got a big stain. Toby's relationship with his father broke. "Leave my house if you cannot be loyal," Chief shouted one night. "From today, you are on your own. Don't ever mention your surname outside. Don't spoil my name more than you've already done." Toby left with just one small bag. No car, no big money, only one secret. He was the anonymous whistleblower that many people on Twitter called Lagos Truth, a mysterious online account that posted evidence of corruption and fought for normal people. Sometimes he still leaked things about bad roads, ghost projects, fake contracts. Many people respected Lagos Truth, but nobody knew who owned the account. Nobody, not even Amara. While he was driving boats to survive, he was also using his brain and his secret connections to keep fighting injustice quietly. There was one more thing he was hiding. After the building collapsed in Enugu, he had gone there in secret to see the families. That was where he first saw Amara for the first time. She was 16 then, standing outside a small pharmacy, crying because they could not buy medicine for her mother. He had watched from afar. The guilt inside his chest almost killed him. He decided that day that he would help her family anonymously. He found their house through one local pastor and started sending small money through the church, pretending it was from a group of Christians that care. He paid Choma's school fees secretly. He paid some of their mother's treatment. He never showed his face. He told himself it was his duty, not favor. Years passed. He moved to Lagos, searching for his own path, still sending small money when he could. He did not expect to meet Amara again. But Lagos is small in a strange way. The girl whose father died in his family's building was now the girl whose phone he saved at Ojuelegba. The girl he now watched from far was now the girl who made his heart beat fast when she laughed on phone. He decided that he would never tell her. If she knew, she might hate him, or she might like him only because of guilt. He wanted something pure, real. That was his first mistake. The second mistake was that he thought he could hide forever. One Friday, Amara's world almost crashed again. Her landlord came to their door, hitting it hard. "Madam Okafor," he shouted, "today is the last day. If you people don't pay this rent, I will remove this roof." Amara opened the door, her heart shaking. "Sir, please, give us small time," she begged. "My salary is coming next week. I will pay something." "You said that last month," the landlord replied. "I am no charity organization. If you cannot pay, you find somewhere else." Their mother, who had been lying on the bed with her bad leg, tried to stand. "Oga landlord, be cool," she said weakly. "Please." He looked at her for a moment, then shook his head. "I will give you 2 weeks," he said. "After that, I don't want to see anybody here." When he left, Amara sat on the floor and cried. "God, why?" she whispered. "Why is life like this?" Choma hugged her. "We will be fine, sister," the younger girl said. "You always find a way." But even Choma's eyes were wet. That night, Kemi visited again. When she heard the story, she snapped her fingers. "This is what I've been telling you," she said. "Look at me. I cannot be begging landlord. I cannot be crying for NEPA bill. My man pays my rent before the landlord even opens his mouth." "Your man is somebody's husband," Amara said softly, "and I'm not ready to turn secret project." "Okay, continue," Kemi said, typing on her phone. "Sufferhead is doing you." Then she looked up suddenly. "I have one friend," she said. "Single, rich, based in Lekki. He likes humble girls. If you want, I can connect both of you." "I don't want sugar daddy," Amara said. "He's not sugar daddy," Kemi replied. "He's just old and small. He's 42, strong, fine, with gym body, and he's not married officially." Amara shot her a sharp look. "Kemi, okay, okay, I'm joking." Kemi laughed. "But seriously, babe, how long will you wait for this your invisible true love? You have one boat driver checking on you and a forming strong head." Amara frowned. "Toby is just a friend." "Why?" Kemi asked. "Because he's not rich. You think love will cook soup?" The question stayed in Amara's head long after Kemi left. That weekend, Toby called her. "How are you?" he asked. She wanted to say fine, but she was tired of saying fine when nothing was fine. So she told him the truth about rent, about her mother, about the fear. He listened quietly. "How much is the rent?" he asked. 250,000, she said. "We have nothing right now. My account even looks at me and cries." "Send me your landlord's account number," he said. "I will send something." "No," she replied quickly. "You already helped me before. I can't keep collecting." "Amara," he said softly, "you are my friend. Let me do this. Please." Something in his voice made her stop arguing. She sent the account number. Within minutes, an alert entered her phone. 250,000 naira. Her mouth opened. "Toby," she shouted. "What is this?" "Rent," he answered. "I added small extra for NEPA." "This is not small," she said, almost shaking. "Where did you see this kind of money? Are you doing Yahoo?"
He laughed. Relax, he said. I am not a fraudster. I have some savings. I just decided to use it for something meaningful. She did not know what to say. Tears filled her eyes. I will pay you back, she whispered. I promise. You don't have to, he replied. Just promise me one thing. What? Don't ever say you are alone again, he said. You have people that care, even if they are not loud. She wiped her eyes. Thank you, she said. You don't know what you have done for us. He knew more than she could imagine. That night, when she told her mother that someone had paid the rent, the older woman raised her hands weakly. God bless this person, she prayed. Whoever you are, God will not forget you. Toby was sitting in a small room in Surulere at that same time, eating gari with granite, reading a message from his uncle. Your father is in the hospital, the uncle wrote. He wants to see you. Stop this stubbornness and come back. Toby stared at the message and sighed. He loved his father, but he hated the lies around him. He locked his phone and lay down. He did not want to think about the rich world tonight. He just wanted to think about the girl whose voice made his heart soft. Weeks passed. Amara and Toby became closer. He would sometimes park near her office and wait for her closing time, then drop her at Ojuelegba. They talked about many things: music, childhood dreams. He told her he once wanted to be an architect. She told him she wanted to own a tech company one day. I want to build something that helps poor people send money easily, she said, so nobody will stand in long bank queue again like my mother used to do. That's a good dream, he said. You will do it. You think so? Yes, he replied. You have stubborn hope. People like you always find a way. Sometimes he bought small shawarma for her and Choma. Sometimes he brought medicine for their mother. He always made it look like nothing, like it was very easy. But she noticed the way he counted money carefully when he thought she was not watching. In her mind, he was just one struggling, kind man. In his mind, he was a man carrying two lives: the rich boy he used to be and the broke Lagos hustler he had become. And in the middle of all that, something else was happening. Toby was still running his anonymous account, Lagos Truth. One day, he received some files from a source. It was about a popular senator who had used fake companies to collect money for road construction that was never done. The senator's name was Senator Lawal, and guess who was one of his secret girlfriends? Kemi, of all people. Toby did not know that part yet, but he was about to find out. One Sunday afternoon, Amara and Kemi went to a fancy restaurant in Lekki Phase 1. Kemi's gym body man had sent her money to spoil herself. She dragged Amara along. You need to see how soft life feels, she said. They took pictures, ate small portion food that was very expensive, and laughed. While they were there, Toby called. Where are you? He asked. Enjoying life with Kemi, she replied, sending him a picture of herself with a milkshake. He smiled when he saw the picture. You look happy, he said. You deserve it. Thank you, she replied. What about you? I'm at home, he said. I just finished repairing my car tire. Boat's life. Sorry, she said. Next time I will buy you small milkshake. I'll hold you to that, he replied. They ended the call. Just as she put down her phone, Kemi came back from the toilet, looking excited. Babe, guess who is around? She whispered. My guy, Senator. Amara's eyes widened. He came here? Yes, now, she said proudly. He's upstairs in the VIP. He said I should come and say hi. Come with me. No, Amara replied. I don't want problem. Forget that thing, Kemi said. He will even like you. Maybe we connect you to one of his rich friends. Before Amara could fully refuse, Kemi had already dragged her. They went upstairs. Security men stood everywhere. Inside, there was soft music and cold air. A big man with thick beard and big stomach sat in a corner, pressing his phone, gold chain on his neck, one big watch on his wrist. Baby girl, he shouted when he saw Kemi. Come here, come here. He hugged her too close. His eyes moved to Amara, scanning her body. Who is your friend? He asked. My sister, Kemi lied. Her name is Amara. Fine girl, he said, smiling. Sit down, both of you. Amara already felt uncomfortable, but she sat for a few minutes so as not to cause scene. The senator ordered more drinks. He touched Kemi anyhow, whispering into her ear. Men in suits laughed, fake laughter at his jokes. Amara felt like the room was closing in. When his hand brushed her shoulder by mistake, she stood. Sir, thank you, but I have to go, she said quietly. I need to get home to my mother. The senator looked at her like she was a strange animal. We just started now, he said. Don't be shy. This life is for enjoyment. I'm fine, sir, she replied firmly. Kemi, I'll be downstairs. She turned and walked away before anybody could stop her. When she left, the senator clicked his tongue. This your friend is too holy, he told Kemi. Better be careful. Girls like that will judge you. Kemi laughed weakly, but inside she felt small. Later, when she came downstairs, she was angry. Why did you form saints? She shouted as they entered Uber. Do you know how much he spends on me? You could at least pretend so he will not think you are proud. I'm not pretending for anyone, Amara said. I don't want that life. Keep suffering for love. Kemi snapped. After that day, something changed between them. Kemi started feeling like Amara was silently judging her. Amara started feeling like Kemi was dragging her into danger. The friendship became shaky. Meanwhile, far away, Toby was in front of his laptop, studying the files about Senator Lauer, bank transfers, fake companies, contract papers. One name kept appearing in the payment list: Kemi Gold Media. When he opened one of the documents, he saw a description: influencer promo and content. He sat back. So this senator is using influencers to clean his name, he murmured. He did not know that the same Kemi Gold was the same Kemi that Amara always talked about. Not yet. He created a new thread as Lagos Truth and began to post small hints, exposing how government money for roads was disappearing. People on Twitter started shouting, Who is Lagos Truth? God bless this person. We need more like you. Toby did not reply. He just kept dropping facts. One night, he decided to finally show his feelings to Amara. They were sitting in his car in front of her house. The street was quiet, only the sound of distant generator. She had just finished talking about how tired she was, how she wished her mother could walk again, how she wished she didn't feel like she was always begging life. I feel like I'm always one step away from falling, she said, looking out of the window. Like if anything spoils now, everything will scatter. You are stronger than you think, he said softly. I've seen the way you carry your family, the way you still smile. I respect you, Amara. She looked at him. Why do you care so much? She asked in a small voice. You keep helping me like you have known me forever. He swallowed. This was it. Because I. He started, then paused. His heart was beating fast. Because you what? She asked, eyes searching his face. Because I like you, he said finally. Not just as a friend. I like you in a deeper way. I think about you when I wake up. I worry about you when you don't text back. I want to be there for you, not just as boat driver or good Samaritan, as more. The car felt suddenly smaller. Hamara's chest tightened. She had been pushing that thought away, but now it was on the table. Toby, she whispered. You don't have to say anything now, he said quickly. I just needed you to know. I might not have plenty to offer, but I have my heart, my time, my respect. I will never treat you like you are cheap. I promise. Tears stung her eyes. Nobody had ever spoken to her like that, not even the boys that claimed they loved her. She thought about Kemi's world of sugar daddies and soft life. She talked about Toby's quiet sacrifices. She thought about the rent he paid without showing off. I'm scared, she said honestly. I've seen too many fake people, too many men that pretend, then change. I don't want heartbreak. I understand, he said. Take your time. If you say no, I will still be your friend. If you say yes, I will treat you like an answered prayer. She laughed through her tears. You and your mouth. She wiped her face. Give me time to think, she said. But I like you too. I'm just afraid. Hope flashed in his eyes. I can't wait, he said. I'm not going anywhere. If only he knew how fast everything would change. The next big turning point came from Kemi. One evening, she came to Amara's house with strange excitement. Babe, we are going viral, she shouted, waving her phone. For what? Amara asked, frowning. That old TikTok we did when you were complaining about being broke and waiting for true love, Kemi said. I posted it again with new sounds. People love it. See comments. She showed the screen. There were hundreds of comments. Some people were laughing. Some were calling Amara Mumu girl, broke princess, poverty ambassador, girl that will suffer because of love. Others were using it for jokes. This is why my daughter must marry rich. Amara felt hot. Why did you post my face? She asked quietly. You didn't even tell me. Relax now, Kemi said. It's just content. We need engagement. People are mocking me, Amara said, voice shaking. They don't know me. They don't know my life. It's not that deep, Kemi replied. We are just playing. I'm not playing with my pain, Amara snapped. You are using my struggle to chase clouds. They argued. Words flew. Old hurts came out. Finally, Kemi raised her voice. You think you are better than me because you are forming holy? She shouted. At least I'm not here waiting for some poor boat driver to save me. One day you will beg me to connect you to a rich man. She stormed out. Chioma came from the corner where she had been listening silently and sat beside her sister. Don't cry, she said as tears rolled down Amara's face. The internet doesn't know you. I know you, and you are not stupid. That night, Toby saw the video on Twitter. Somebody had reposted it with caption, This one will suffer, Sha. He recognized Amara's face immediately. Something inside him broke. He watched the comments. People were laughing at the same girl whose landlord had almost thrown her out. The same girl that carried her sick mother like baby. He clenched his fist. He messaged her. Are you okay? He asked. I'm fine, she lied, even though she was not. He wanted to hold her.
To tell the whole internet her story, but he couldn't. It was not his mouth to use. Instead, he did something else. He changed his mind. He decided that this girl would know the truth about him. All of it. It scared him, but her pain scared him more. Meanwhile, in another part of Lagos, people in suits were shouting inside a big glass boardroom. This Lagos truth is becoming a problem, one man said. If he continues like this, more contracts will scatter. We need to find him, another said. Whoever he is, he must be close to the system. Nobody else can have these documents. In the corner, an older man sat quietly, watching. Chief Adetoba, Tobi's father. He had seen the new Lagos Truth thread about Senator Lawal. He had followed it silently. He had also connected something, the writing, the style, the moral fire. It reminded him of someone, his own son. He picked up his phone and dialed his brother. Find out where GBT is staying, he said. I think he is the one behind this account. What will you do if it's him? His brother asked. Chief sighed. I don't know, he replied. But this time, the people he is fighting are not small. They can kill. Days later, Amara received an email from NGO. Dear Miss Okafor, it said, we are pleased to inform you that your family has been selected as one of the beneficiaries of our Justice for Workers Fund. We invite you and your mother and sister to attend our special event this Saturday at Civic Center, Victoria Island by 4 p.m. There will be representation of support, packages, and scholarships. Transport will be provided. She read it 3 times. Choma, she shouted. Mommy, the name of the NGO looked familiar. Future Hands Foundation. She had seen it in some social media posts about helping families of building collapse victims. She did not know that the main secret sponsor of the foundation was the same man that had paid her rent, Toby. When he heard about the event, he panicked small. He had planned to use that event to announce a new program to help more families like Amara's. He was supposed to stand on stage and speak as Mr. T. Ade, the main donor behind the scenes. He had already agreed with the NGO that his full surname would not be loud. But now, he knew that the Okafors would be there. The people whose life his father's company had destroyed. The girl he loved, who believed that he was one small boat driver. If he stood on that stage, everything could scatter. If he refused, the foundation would suffer. All his plans for justice would slow down. He spent the night walking up and down his room. He could almost hear his mother's voice from years ago. When God gives you chance to do right, don't run. In the end, he made a decision. He would stand on that stage. If love was real, it would survive truth, even if it broke him. The day of the event, Civic Center was full. Families arrived in their best clothes, women in colorful wrappers, men in clean shirts, children in Sunday shoes. Camera people moved around. Journalists set up their microphones. Banners showed smiling faces and words like hope, support, justice. Amara wore a simple blue gown. Choma wore a yellow dress someone from church had given her. Their mother used her walking stick, face bright with small makeup. We look like important people, she said, smiling. Because we are, Amara replied, even though her heart was beating. Toby came early, wearing a dark blue suit that made him look different. Serious, rich, important. He had not worn that kind of suit since he left his father's house. As he walked through the lobby, some NGO staff greeted him with respect. "Good afternoon, Mr. Ade," they said. "Thank you for all you do." He only nodded. His mind was on one thing: Amara. He stayed backstage, peeping sometimes at the crowd. Then he saw them, the Okafors. His chest tightened. Her mother's face, older and weaker, but familiar from that day outside the pharmacy. Choma, taller now, and Amara, looking simple but bright. He wanted to run to them. He wanted to disappear. The program started. The MC talked, choir sang, some people gave speeches. Then the NGO director came up. "Today," she said, "we want to thank a special partner, someone who has used his resources quietly to help families that many people forgot. Please help me welcome our major donor, Mr. T. Ade." The hall clapped. Toby walked out. Bright lights hit his face. Cameras turned. As he reached the center, he saw her. Amara's eyes were wide. At first, confusion, then shock, then something like betrayal. She stood slowly. Chalma touched her. "Sister," she whispered, but Amara couldn't hear. All the secrets crashed on her at once: the rent, the medicines, the wisdom, the quiet behavior. "Who is he?" Choma asked. The director continued her speech. "Mr. Ade has been supporting this foundation for 3 years now," she said. "He has paid school fees, hospital bills, and rent for many of our families. Some of you here, your help came from him." People clapped louder. Toby took the microphone. His hands trembled a little. "Good evening, everyone," he said. His voice echoed through the hall. "My name is Tobi Adegbite," the room murmured. It was the first time in a long time that he had said his full name in public. "Today is not about me," he continued slowly. "It is about you, the families that lost people because of greed and carelessness. I am not here as hero. I am here as someone whose family failed you, and who is trying, small, to make it right." Cameras zoomed closer. Some people whispered, "Is he not the son of that Adetoba man?" "Yes now, the one with the collapsed building. Ha, see him." On social media, people were watching the event live. Comments started flying. "Wait, Is this the person behind Future Hands? I knew that surname. So, the same family that caused the pain is now paying money. On Twitter, one popular gossip page zoomed into a screenshot of Amara's face in the crowd and posted, "Is this not the same girl in that viral video complaining about being broke? See her now in rich people events." Meanwhile, in the hall, Toby continued, "I do not deserve your claps," he said. "My family's company cut corners. People died. We cannot change the past, but we can decide what to do with our future. That is why I am here. To say sorry with action." Tears were in some people's eyes, but Amara's tears were different. She felt like someone had taken her heart and squeezed it. The man she thought was one small driver was the son of the company that killed her father. The man that had been in her life quietly had been in her story long before she knew. The secret sponsor, the secret rich boy, the secret son of their enemy. She couldn't breathe. She pushed her way out of the hall. Choma followed, confused. Toby saw her leaving. His voice shook. "Before I continue," he said quickly into the mic, "I need to speak to someone very special." Without waiting for protocol, he dropped the microphone and hurried upstage. The MC tried to laugh. "Okay, short break," he said nervously. Cameras followed Toby as he chased after Amara. Outside, by the water, she was standing with her back to the building, shoulders shaking. "Amara!" he called. She turned. Her face was wet, eyes red. She looked at him like he was a stranger. "Don't call my name," she said quietly. "Please, I wanted to tell you," he said, walking closer, but stopping when he saw her step back. "I was scared. I didn't want you to see me as enemy. I didn't want our story to start with pain." "Our story already started with pain," she replied. "You were there from the beginning, hiding." "I didn't know you then," he said. "I only saw you. I felt guilty. I wanted to help." "Help?" she repeated, a bitter laugh spilling out. "You helped me without telling me who you really are. You moved into my life, into my family, with lies. Do you know what it means that my father died because of your father's company?" He swallowed. "I know," he whispered. "That is why you what?" she snapped. "Why you became my landlord, my rent payer, my daily encouragement, my almost boyfriend, without telling me the full truth. You let me cry about my father on phone to you, while you sat down there hiding in the darkness." Each word cut him. "I was wrong," he said. "I'm sorry. I thought if I told you, you would never talk to me again. I wanted to be seen as me, not as my surname." "You can't pick which part of you people see," she replied. "If you like me with everything, not just the sweet parts." He moved closer. "Amara, I love you," he said, voice breaking. "I know I don't deserve your forgiveness, but I swear, on my life, I have been trying to fix what my father and his people broke. I'm the one running that account, Lagos Truth. I'm the one exposing corrupt people. I'm using my knowledge to fight for people like your father." She stared. "You are Lagos Truth," she whispered. She had followed the account secretly. She had even messaged it once, thanking them for fighting for poor people, never getting reply. "Yes," he replied. "I wanted to tell you when I told you about my feelings, but I saw that viral TikTok of you suffering, and something inside me broke. I didn't want people to laugh at you again because of me, so I decided to start with the foundation. Then, this event. I didn't plan for everything to crash like this." She shook her head slowly. "You are many people at once, Toby," she said. "Bolt driver, billionaire son, secret sponsor, online fighter. You expect me to trust any of them now? Give me a chance to prove myself," he pleaded. "I will show you every document, every chart, every plan. I will show you how I fought my own father. I will show." "I don't want documents," she said. "I wanted honesty. Simple." From the beginning, she turned away. "Don't follow me," she whispered. He stood frozen as she walked back to the road with her family. Cameras caught part of the moment from afar. Clips started hitting the internet. People began to type, turning their pain into content. Rich guy hides identity to catch broke girl. She finds out in charity events. He hid his surname from her. romantic or wicked. This is why I don't trust men. The story spread. Some people were on Toby's side. At least he's trying to help, they said. He's not his father. Others were on Amara's side. If you love someone, you tell them the truth, they wrote. In the middle of it, Kemi grabbed her ring light. She saw opportunity. She came online with full makeup and fake sad face. Hi guys, she started. I know this girl personally. We were friends in school. She used to laugh at me for dating rich men. Now see the rich man she got. Life is somehow. She hinted at things. She made it look like she was just sharing story, but she was hiding pepper. She even posted an old voice note where Amara had cried to her about house rent, making it look like Amara was begging. People dragged Amara. Hashtags grew. One said, hashtag he hid his true identity. Another said, hashtag broke girl vs billionaire. Under everything, Toby's anonymous account, Lagos Truth, was quiet. For the first time, he didn't know what to post. Days passed. Amara blocked Toby everywhere. She changed her number. She stopped going on social media. She went to work, came back, took care of her mother, slept. Her eyes were always dull. Choma watched her. He made mistakes, Choma said softly one night. But he also helped us, sister. A bad man would just enjoy his father's money and forget us. He didn't. That doesn't change the pain, Amara replied. He had power to tell me the truth. He chose not to. In another part of the city, Toby sat in his father's hospital room. Chief looked thinner, older. Oxygen tubes, hospital smell, quiet beeping. So you finally decided to show your face, his father said weakly. The whole country knows my son is the one attacking powerful people online. They know my first name, Toby replied quietly. Most still don't know the rest. For now, Chief said. Do you know what you have done? Senator Lawa is not a small person. Those road contracts you exposed, his people are angry. They want to know who you are. I'm tired of hiding, Toby said. Hiding made me lose someone I love. Chief studied his face. That girl, he said. That one from the event. Is she? Her father died in your building, Toby said. His father's eyes closed. Of all girls in the world, Chief murmured, you went to carry the one whose life we destroyed. Maybe it is not accident, Toby replied. Maybe it is God forcing us to face what we did. Chief coughed. Do you want to destroy me before I die? He asked. You leaked documents about a senator. You stood on stage and called me out without calling my name. Now you are friends with the girl whose father's ghost is still following this family. What are you trying to prove? That people matter more than buildings, Toby said. That we can choose to be better. His father looked away. You are stubborn, Chiefs whispered. Just like your mother. Speaking of choices, Toby said slowly, there is something else. I am transferring most of my shares in the company to Future Hands Foundation. They will use it to help more families. Chief's eyes widened. You are mad, he said. Do you know how much that is? You want to give our life work to strangers, to people who lost more than we did, Toby replied. I will keep small percentage, just enough to live. I'm done carrying this blood money on my head. Chief's hand shook. You can't. The papers are ready, Toby said softly. All I need is your signature to make it smooth. If you don't sign, I will still push for investigation. The company will suffer more. Please, Daddy, let this be the one good thing we do before you go. Tears rolled down the old man's cheek. For the first time, the strong chief looked small. You think this will bring them back? He asked. No, Toby said. But maybe it will help their children stand. After a long silence, Chief asked for a pen. He signed. That signature would later shake not only their family, but the whole internet. But before that, another drama had to happen. One morning, Amara was at work when she received a strange email. Dear Miss Okafor, it said, we are doing a documentary about families of building collapse victims and how justice can really look. We want you to share your side. Also, we have some information that may change how you see the Adetoba story. If you are willing to talk, reply this email. She ignored it at first. She was tired of talking. tired of being content. But that night, she saw a post from Lagos Truth breaking down the building collapse again. This time, there were new documents, new names, and one of the biggest names on the list of real criminals was not Chief Adetoba, it was Senator Lawal, the same man Kemi was dating. The document showed that the senator had pressured contractors to use the cheapest materials, collected kickbacks, and used political power to hide his role. Adetoba Group was guilty too, but the deeper rot was bigger. Toby had finally posted everything, and at the end of the long thread, there was a line. Justice is not complete if we stop at the easiest villain. The full truth may surprise you. Amara stared at the screen. Her chest felt heavy. She thought of Toby's voice, telling her about documents and fights. She thought of him saying he had fought his own father. Maybe she had not wanted to hear. She replied the documentary email. I will talk, she wrote. They met in a small studio. A young female journalist interviewed her gently. Amara talked about her father, her mother, the pain. She talked about meeting Toby as boat driver without saying his full name. She cried at some point. Then the journalist showed her something. There's one more thing, she said. Your father, Mr. Okafor, wrote a report before he died. He was the one that first complained about the cracks in the building. He filed a written complaint to the company and to the local office of the senator. Both ignored him. We found copies. Amara's mouth opened. He tried to warn them, she whispered. Yes, the journalist replied. He was one of the first whistleblowers. His report is what our anonymous source, Lagos Truth, used as starting points to dig deeper. In a way, your father and this mysterious person have been fighting on the same side all this time. Tears rolled down Amara's face. Her father had not died as ordinary security man. He had died as someone that tried to do right. And Toby was continuing that fight. She left the studio with mixed feelings: pain, respect, confusion. That night, she sat on her bed, watching the lights of Lagos from the window. Chioma lay beside her. If he loves you, he will come back, Chioma said quietly. He already tried, Amara replied. I was the one that pushed him away. Because you were hurt, Chioma said. But now you know more. After a long silence, Amara sent a message to the old number she had blocked. We need to talk, she typed. She didn't know if it would still deliver. It did. Toby saw the message while sitting in his parked car outside his father's house. His hands shook as he opened it. For a moment, he could not breathe. Then he typed two words: name place. They met at a small suya spot in Yaba, the place where they had once argued about who makes better suya, Aboki or Malam, near Ojuelegba. When she arrived, he stood up quickly. You look tired, he said quietly. You too, she replied. Maybe we are both tired of fighting. They sat. For the first time, there was no playful banter, just two people holding many broken pieces. I saw the documentary, she said. I saw my father's report. I saw the new Lagos Truth thread. I saw your father's name, but I also saw others. Your father was brave, Toby said softly. I wish my father had listened to him. He listened in the end, she said, surprising him. He signed the share transfer, right? His eyes widened. How did you? Journalist told me, she replied. She said someone inside the company risked everything to move money from profit to justice. That someone was you. He looked down. It's not enough, he said. No money can buy a life, but it can help the ones still alive, she replied. They were quiet for a while. I'm still angry with you, she said finally. His heart sank. I know, he said. I'm angry that you took my choice from me, she continued. You decided for me which part of you I should see, like I'm a small child. You made me fall for a part of you while hiding the rest. Tears gathered in his eyes, but her voice was steady. But I'm also angry with myself for making you feel like I couldn't handle the truth, for preaching about justice but not wanting to see full picture when it touched my heart. He looked up slowly. What are you saying? He asked. I'm saying, she took a deep breath, that the man who paid our rent, who sat with my mother in the hospital, who drove me through traffic and listened to my complaints, who fought his own father for justice, that man is also part of you. I can't pretend it doesn't exist because your surname scares me. His eyes shone. Does this mean? It means, she said, that if we're going to do this, we do it fully. No more hiding, no more half truths. I want to know everything, your fears, your past, your plans. And you will know mine. I want that, he whispered, more than anything. Good, she said, a small smile tugging her lips. Because there's something you don't know about me, too. He blinked. What? She pulled out her phone and opened Twitter. She went to one small account with few followers. At Silent Daughter, he read aloud. Who is that? Me, she said. Have been replying Lagos Truth for months from this account, encouraging the person, arguing with haters, fighting trolls. I didn't know it was you. I even told you that if I ever meet Lagos Truth, I will hug him. I remember that comment, he said slowly. It made me cry small that day. Now you know, she said. The girl you liked on road is the same girl that has been backing you behind screen. They both laughed a little. Something warm returned. Hope. That night, they talked for hours about his father's health, about her mother's slow recovering, about money, fear, and the future. They decided that they would move slowly, but honestly. If they were going to be together, their story would be noisy, messy, public. But they were tired of hiding. Months passed. Their relationship grew, step by step. Some people still attacked Amara online, calling her gold digger and hypocrite for being with the son of the man she once cried about. Others praised her for choosing love and justice over bitterness. She learned to ignore both. Toby and his father also grew closer in a strange, painful way. Chief started to attend some future hands meetings quietly, using wheelchair. He watched families talk. He apologized to some. Not everyone accepted. That was okay. He knew he deserved some of their anger. Then one day, his heart finally gave up. He died peacefully in his sleep. The news hit the internet. Business mogul Chief Adetoba dies at 68. Some people cried, some said good, one corrupt man down. In the middle, Toby prepared for the funeral while also planning something else, something that would shock everyone more than any Lagos truth thread. One evening, he took Amara to a small restaurant and knelt down. I don't want to waste any more time, he said. Life is short. Will you marry me? She looked at him, at the ring, at her shaking hands. She thought of everything, the lies, the truth, the pain, the healing. Then she smiled through her tears. Yes, she whispered. On one condition. Anything, he said. No more hiding, she replied. Not from me, not from the world. If we are going to do this, we do it loudly. People have used our story for gossip. Let's use it for something bigger. He nodded. Deal. Their engagement broke the internet. Pictures of broke girl and billionaire son filled timelines. Some said she planned it from day one. Some said he was stupid for giving his heart to someone whose father had once tried to sue his company. But they didn't care. They had a bigger plan. On the day of their wedding, the hall was packed. Top business people, politicians, NGO leaders, influencers, family, church members, even Kemi was there, sitting at the back with dark glasses, invited by Choma, who still believed in second chances. Cameras from blogs and TV stations were everywhere. The hashtag "he hid his true identity" was trending again, but this time with hearts and ring emojis. The ceremony was beautiful. Vows were said, choir sang, tears flowed. When the pastor said, "You may kiss the bride," people clapped and shouted. Later, at the reception, after food and dancing, Toby took the microphone. Please, I want your attention for a few minutes, he said. The hall slowly quieted. First, thank you all for coming, he began. You have watched our story from far. Some of you as fans, some of you as critics, some of you as gossip lovers. People laughed. When I was younger, he continued, I thought identity was about surname, money, and power. Then I lost all of that and found something else. I found love. I found purpose. I found the courage to say the truth, even when it hurts me. He took a deep breath. Today, I want to drop the last mask. This is my final confession. The hall buzzed. Bloggers moved closer. Some of you already guessed, he said, a small smile on his face. I am the person behind the anonymous account, Lagos Truth. People gasped. Even though many had suspected, hearing it openly was different. Some clapped, some whispered. Screens in the hall showed his old posts, the threads that had exposed many powerful people. I hid my face because I was afraid, he said. Afraid of what would happen to me, to my family, to people I love. But I have been asking others to be brave, to speak out. It is time I practice what I preach. So today, at my own wedding, I am dropping my last secret. He turned to the big LED screen behind him and nodded. A video started playing. It showed documents and voice recordings, real evidence of how Senator Lawa and his people had stolen money meant for roads and houses. It showed dates, bank transfers, contracts. It showed how they pressured companies to cut quality. It showed how they threatened whistleblowers. The hall was silent. You could hear Fox drop. This is the full story behind many of the threats you have seen, Toby's voice said from the speakers. Today, this evidence is also with EFCC, ICPC, and international bodies. I know what this means. I know they will come for me. But I am tired of hiding. If I die, I will die standing. Suddenly, the screen changed. Hidden camera clips started playing. Security footage from a restaurant, a hotel lobby, a car park. It showed Senator Lawa giving money in envelopes to different influencers, asking them to defend him online. And in one of the clearest clips, it showed him and Kemi in a hotel lobby, laughing as he gave her a big envelope. Use your TikTok to scatter that Lagos truth person, he said in the recording. Make the boy look like liar. The whole hall turned to look at Kemi. She froze, her face white. Oh my god, someone whispered. Is that not Kelmi Gold? Another clip showed Kemi on a video call with another influencer. Don't worry, she said. I will post old videos of that my friend Amara. Make people laugh at her. If people see her as clown, they will not take her side when this matter breaks. Amara's heart dropped. She knew how Kemi had betrayed her, but not like this. Not this deep, not this planned. In the hall, Kemi stood shakingly. It's not what it looks like, she said, voice high. I. Cameras were already on her. Some guests moved away like she was contagious. Then the doors at the back of the hall opened. EFCC officers walked in, wearing jackets with bold letters. They headed straight for one of the front tables, where Senator Lawal had been sitting like big man, watching with tight jaw. Sir, you are under arrest, one officer said. People screamed. Phones went up, recording. Senator Lawal tried to stand with dignity. Do you know who I am? He barked. You can't embarrass me here. We know exactly who you are, the officer said. That is why we are here. They led him out. Some of his boys tried to block them but failed. The hall exploded into noise. Some guests rushed outside to see. Others stayed gossiping. This wedding has turned to action film. Content for days. Thank God. God is working. On social media, live videos were already spreading. The caption under most of them, he hid his true identity until love exposed everything. In the middle of the chaos, Kemi ran towards the couple. Amara, please, she cried. Forgive me. I swear, I didn't mean to hurt you like that. I was just doing content. Amara finished quietly, eyes pained. You sold my pain for envelope. You helped the same people that killed my father. Kemi fell on her knees, sobbing. I was scared of being poor, she said. I thought if I had connections, my life would be secure. I didn't know it would all go this far. The whole hall was watching, judging, recording. Amara's chest felt heavy. Part of her wanted to shout, part wanted to walk away. Instead, she did something nobody expected. She reached down, took Kemi's arm, and helped her stand. I will not join them to drag you like animal, she said, voice trembly but clear. You will face whatever law says. You will face your conscience, but I will not hate you. I am tired of hate. Tears ran down Kemi's face. She had no words. She just covered her face and ran out, chased by cameras. Toby watched his wife with awe. You are stronger than me, he whispered. No, she replied. I'm just tired of being content for other people's wickedness. The DJ, confused, tried to play soft music to cover the tension. Some guests left, afraid of being in any video involving EFCC. Others stayed, saying, this is history. We must witness it to the end. When things calmed small, Toby took the microphone again. I know some of you are thinking I'm mad, he said, voice slightly shaky but firm. Doing this at my own wedding, spoiling the vibe, risking my peace. But this is my truth. If I cannot stand for justice with the person I love beside me, then what is the point of all this? He turned to Amara. I hid my true identity for years. I was afraid of losing money, power, name. Then I met you. You showed me that love is not about hiding in darkness. It is about walking in light, even when the light is hot. He stepped closer. I have one last announcement, he said. The hall groaned. Again, someone muttered. This boy no dey tire. From today, Toby continued, I am dropping my father's surname. The hall went silent. Even the spoons stopped. What? His uncle shouted from the family table. You can't. I can, Toby said gently. And I have. He held up a folder. My lawyers and I have completed the process. Their Datover shares have been moved to Future Hands Foundation. The company will be run by a board that includes victims' families and independent experts. I will not take salary from it. I will only serve as advisor. The businessmen in the room almost fainted. Is he okay? One whispered. He gave away billions. As for my name, Toby continued, from today, I will answer the name of the man who died trying to warn them. The man whose report started this whole journey. The man whose daughter showed me what courage looks like. My name is now Toby Okafor. The whole all gasped. Even Amara jolted. You what? She whispered. He turned to her, eyes shining with tears. If you will have me, he said, I want to carry your father's name, not as trophy, but as promise. A promise that his fight will not die, that his children will not be small in this country, that I will spend my life standing where he stood, on the side of truth. Her legs felt weak. You gave up everything, she whispered. You gave up your father's empire. For us? For us, he said. For me. So that when our children ask what their surname means, we will not have to hide. The hall exploded. Some people screamed, some clapped, some shook their heads like, this boy has lost it. On Twitter, people went mad. This is the wildest plot twist ever. He dumped his billionaire surname to carry the victim's name. Love is crazy. I don't know if I can do this, but respect. Some called him stupid. Some called him hero. Some said it was PR. Some said it was real repentance. Different podcasts argued for weeks. But in that hall, in that moment, it was not about noise. It was about a man and a woman and a name. Tears ran freely down Amara's cheek. Are you sure? She asked, voice small. Very sure, he replied. I've never been more sure of anything, even more than when I asked you to marry me. She laughed through her tears. Okay then, she said. Let me introduce myself properly. She took the microphone from him and turned to the crowd. Good evening, she said. My name is Amara Okafor. This is my husband, Tobi Okafor. We are not perfect, but we are trying. The hall rose to its feet. Some people clapped, some just stared, but nobody would forget. Weeks later, blogs posts and YouTube videos still discussed it. He hid his true identity until love exposed everything. Full story. From billionaire Adetoba to ordinary Okafor. Why would any man do this? Street preachers used it as example. Brethren, look at this kind of love. Are you also ready to give up your old name for God? Some youths used it for jokes. If your boyfriend cannot change his surname for you, is it really love? Some aunties shook their heads. Me? I cannot allow my son to do that kind of thing. Other mothers smiled. At least one rich person finally remembered the poor truly. As for Kemi, she disappeared from social media for a long time. Some said she traveled out. Some said she went to stay with her aunt in Ibadan. Her brand deals dried up. But one day, under a post from Future Hands Foundation about a new scholarship program, a comment appeared from a small account. I used to sell my souls for envelope. Now I'm back in school, studying social work. I want to fix what I helped to spoil. Pray for me. K. Nobody knew if it was really her. People argued in the replies. In the Okafor's small sitting room, Amara and Tobi sat together, reading comments, shaking their heads. Our life is now syllabus, Amara said, laughing. They will soon put us in WAEC. Let them, Toby replied, kissing her forehead gently. At least it will be better than reading only about old people that nobody remembers. Their mother walked in with her stick, smiling. Her legs still pained her, but she walked with more strength now. You children and your phones, she said. Come and eat. Food is getting cold. As they stood, Chioma whispered to Toby, Bros, you know you cannot change your mind now, B. You have carried our name on your head. He grinned. I'm proud of it, he replied. Besides, it's too late. The whole internet has already edited my Wikipedia. They all laughed. Outside, Lagos moved on. Traffic, hawkers, noise, wahala. But somewhere in that noisy city, a story had changed. A rich boy had dropped his father's throne. A poor girl had accepted a love that did not hide. A dead man's name had become a new beginning instead of just a sad ending. And the sentence that started it all kept echoing on people's screens, in people's mouths, in people's minds. He hid his true identity until love exposed everything. The end. Moral lesson of this story is using your power to correct wrong is better than pretending nothing happened. Toby could have enjoyed his rich life and ignored the damage his family caused, but he chose to fight for justice and help the victims. When life gives you position, money, or influence, use it to do the right thing, not just to make yourself comfortable. If this story speaks to you, please like, subscribe, and share it with one person who needs this reminder. Your support helps us bring more powerful African folktale stories to life. Thanks for watching.